So, first opportunity I see for you. So the Chutzpah site, Google My Business is what I would recommend. Are you going after local clients, would you say?
I I would say local to start, but what I'm looking to do is move to an e-commerce model where I'm doing a lot more stuff online.
Okay.
So that means I would be looking to expand um, across the region and then
Yeah.
nationally as well.
Well, Google My Business is a good way to start, at least to get
Okay.
some local press for you. It won't matter so much for that bigger, like the national piece, but
Okay.
it's a good place to build things up, and it's got a bit of a leveler for you as well.
Right.
What'll happen is you'll rank in map results for people that are searching
Okay.
specifically locally, like anything with a
Right.
geo modifier.
Okay.
Then it also can populate over here on the right hand side where you can get knowledge graph information. So and you can control what that looks like. You can add your own pictures. You can take advantage of it like social media, put posts in there if you want to push any specific contents, or you're blogging quite a bit. If you want to put new blog content out there,
Okay.
then that's a great opportunity right there. And it's pretty straightforward. You just got to sign up, and they'll give you their own little insights. You put your email, phone number. You can there's lots of, it's got its own built-in analytics as well.
Okay.
There's a tracking parameter that I'll send along in the email as well that I like to use for Google My Business just to segment that traffic from your regular traffic.
Right.
And the other opportunity I would say is Google Search Console. So Search Console, it's like analytics, but specifically for search results. So it'll let you know what kind of impressions you're making. So how many times you show up in Google search results and how many times those lead to a click.
Right.
So that's a great, it's a great insight beyond analytics to kind of figure out what you're ranking for. And what I like to do is look for things that you're ranking a little bit lower on the first page, so ninth, 10th position, and then take a look at the search results to see why the top result is doing well. And then you can kind of tweak a few things, kind of old scientific method. You change a couple variables and then you test to see if it's up in your position. If you check your position in the search result, it's always going to be skewed a little bit from geographical region, your previous search history. But in Search Console, it'll give you an average of position. So you can use that to kind of to figure out more realistically what your position would be to the average user, and you could drill it down by region. You can look at it from either a smart device or on desktop. So I'd say those are two big top priorities, and they're pretty easy wins. It's just a matter of setting. They're both free. Yeah. So again, it helps you level the playing field a little bit, but it's a free, easy win. Um, then the other things I noticed in here, I ran it through an automated crawler, and not too many major issues. We had 12 potential 404s. Now I've created a document that are listing these out, and it seems to be a result of the hashtagging they do for blog posts.
Okay.
And it's specific to Wix. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Wix, but there's been some really great work done recently to try to boost their ability to do SEO. And from what I can see, everything looks to be going in the right direction. And actually, an SEO firm I quite look up to, Marie Haynes, went into a competition to see who could rank for Wix SEO versus, and they had one agency went after it sucks, and one went after it was good. They went after it was good, and they won the competition. It was a little back and forth, but they did figure out a bunch of things. So I have reached out to them as well because they're local. They're in Canada. I believe they're out of Ottawa or just outside of Ottawa, and asked them if they've come across this problem before as well. Because when you click on the link from the website URL, so here we'll analyze it, and this is one of the examples of where we're seeing the issue. If you come down here and you see this part right here, cool things with cool people. This is built into Wix. Click on it. It gives you what you want to get. If I back this up though and view the source, I'm expecting element here to find that link. And you see the link in here it's a little bit different. If I click on that link, it gives me an issue. So it's something they're doing on their end that makes it work. But when I crawl this, through every crawl I've run it through, it's come back as a 404, which basically means a broken link. So I'm anticipating that Google sees it that way. And when I get my answer back from them, I'll follow up with you as well to see what they're saying. I'm not sure. So at this point, I would say keep going the way you're going, because you're going to have to go back and fix things to get it to work. But it's a great start. There might be some opportunities to either go in a different direction or bring it to the attention of Wix so they can figure out a way to fix it. And that's why I've engaged her. She was in this competition. The Wix team knows her. If they notice that as an issue, there's a possibility that we could get it fixed in the next iteration or something along those lines. Then as far as that, I would say the next big thing to do is to determine what your service offerings are and to break out pages specific to those service offerings. So one thing, leadership consulting was a term that stuck out for me. So if I was to look up leadership consulting, and you can, once you have Google Search Console, you can enter this term in to see what kind of terms rank for it. Okay. You can see you get some map results to start with. So if with your Google My Business, you have the possibility of being in here. There's a few other ones in there, so you have some competition. I would look into this site just because they're doing well. They're doing well nationally as well, so there's an opportunity there to just review how they're publishing their content, what kind of content they're looking at. Boyd and Executive Search, I've included a link for them as well. I got this all, and there's like 2 pages of notes for you to go through here. And then the trick would be is to develop a service offering around, let's say, leadership consulting as a service offering, and then developing peripheral content to support this page. And a great way to find some questions that are being asked is this people also ask section of Google search results. And you got 4 here right now, and a lot of them are to do with the cost. I wouldn't get obsessed about those ones because you don't care. You're not going to write content about what it costs to be a leadership consultant. But what is leadership consultant? So what you can do is these people also ask. If you click on one, it'll start blowing out that list a little bit more. And you click on the ones that are related to what you're going after. So you don't care about what it's make. What is leadership development consultant? What is a leadership development consultant? And now it's breaking out more questions that it can ask. What is global management consulting? And don't feel like that's in. Yeah, so you can literally create a blog piece that answers this question, and then at some point in that content, link back to your service offering page. Right. So you're adding an element of relevancy to it, and then if you push this through with social media, and push it with social media, engage other people. Like what I would also suggest is when you're creating this content, reach out. If let's say you're answering what is a leadership consultant, reach out to your past clients, ones you have good rapport with, the ones that wrote testimonials, and say, hey, I'm writing a post about this. I'd love your input. What is a leadership consultant to you? And then you can reference them within the content, and then use them as a test bed with your content when it's all prepared too. So bring that content to them, and then let them review how you've presented them, get their input, rework it. And then once everybody's happy, when you publish that content, reach out to them again saying, hey, this is live. Really appreciate it if you've got some time to share this on your social media. So as you share it on your social media, they share it on their social media, and it just explodes in the way that we can amplify the signal of sending it. Now, I know that's social. It's not necessarily towards SEO, but more what can happen from social is, one thing, you're bringing it into people's minds so that they might search it outside of social media. It's also bringing it to the attention of people that could backlink to this or reference it in other articles, which leads to more backlinks, which increase your authority. Yeah. So that was the gist of what I was thinking about.